never believed in love at first sight until I saw Amaka. It was the first day of SS2, and everything seemed normal. The school compound was noisy as students returned from the long holiday. I was walking toward my classroom when I saw her. Amaka, the new girl. She had smooth brown skin, two dimples that appeared every time she smiled, and a confidence that made her stand out. From that moment I was gone. I couldn't stop thinking about her. I started looking for excuses to pass by her class. I memorized her timetable and made sure to be at the water dispenser whenever she came for a drink. But Amaka, she barely noticed me. Then one day my best friend Sola caught me staring at her. "Olga, if you like her, talk to her," Sola said, smacking my shoulder. I laughed, but deep down I was scared. What if she ignored me? What if she laughed at me? The perfect chance came during prep. Amaka was sitting alone, flipping through her notes. My heart pounded as I walked up to her. "Hey, Amaka." She looked up and smiled. "Hey." I swallowed hard. "Do you need help with chemistry?" Her eyes lit up. "Yes, actually. I don't understand mole concept." That was it. We spent the whole prep talking, and for the first time she laughed at my jokes. I felt on top of the world. But just when I thought things were going well, something strange happened. The next morning, Amaka walked past me like she didn't know me. No smile, no hello. I thought maybe she was having a bad day, so I let it go. But it kept happening. 1 day, 2 days, whole week. I was confused. Had I done something wrong? Then, one evening, I saw her behind the school's old library, whispering to someone in the shadows. I couldn't see who it was, but I heard a voice say, "You know what you must do. No distractions." My heart skipped a beat. What was going on? I stood frozen behind the library wall. Who was she talking to? And what did they mean by no distractions? The next day I decided to act normal. If Amaka was hiding something, I had to find out without making her suspicious. During lunch, I saw her sitting alone under a mango tree. I took a deep breath and walked up to her. "Hey, Amaka," I said casually. She looked up, surprised. For a second I thought she would ignore me again. But then she smiled, just like she did the first day. "Hey," she said softly. "You sat beside here. Did I do something wrong? You've been acting strange." She hesitated, looking down at her fingers. "Complicated. Try me." She sighed. "I shouldn't be talking to you." "Why not?" She opened her mouth to speak, but before she could say anything, we heard footsteps. She gasped and grabbed my wrist. "You have to leave." Why?" I whispered. "Please just go." Her voice was urgent, almost afraid. I didn't understand, but I listened. I walked away, my heart racing. As I turned the corner, I saw someone step out from behind a tree. It was Senior Kola, the most feared prefect in school. He was tall, muscular, and had a permanent scowl. He stared at Amaka, then at me. His eyes were full of warning. That night I couldn't sleep. What was Amaka hiding? And why did she seem scared of Senior Kola? The next day, I waited for her after prep. When she finally walked out of class, I stepped in front of her. "Tell me the truth, Amaka. What's going on?" She looked around nervously. Then she leaned in and whispered, "Meet me behind the library at midnight." Midnight. That was against school rules. But I needed answers. Later that night, I sneaked out of my dorm, my heart pounding. When I reached the library, Amaka was already there. "I don't have much time," she whispered. "Kola and his gang. They're forcing me to do something. I don't want to, but if I refuse..." Suddenly we heard footsteps. Someone was coming. "Run." Amaka gasped. But it was too late. Flashlight beamed on us. A deep voice growled, "You shouldn't have come here." My blood ran cold. Turned slowly. The flashlight blinded me, but I didn't need to see to know who it was. Senior Kola. Behind him stood 2 other prefects, their faces hidden in the darkness. Amaka squeezed my hand, her palm cold and trembling. Kola stepped closer, his heavy boots crunching on dry leaves. "I warned you, boy. Stay away from things that don't concern you." I swallowed hard. My legs felt weak, but I refused to back down. "What do you want from Amaka?" Kola chuckled, shaking his head. You're brave. I'll give you that. But bravery won't save you. He turned to Amaka. Did you tell him anything? She hesitated, then shook her head quickly. No, I swear. Kola studied her for a moment, then nodded. But he looked at me again. I'll make this simple. Forget about Amaka. If I see you near her again, you'll regret it. Anger boiled inside me. Or what? Challenged. The two prefects stepped forward. One cracked his knuckles. The message was clear. Amaka pulled me back. Please just go. I clenched my fists, but I knew I had no choice. Had to be smart. If I got into a fight, I'd be expelled. I took a deep breath and stepped away. This isn't over, I said, looking Kola in the eye. He smirked. It is for you. I turned and walked away, my heart pounding. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. I wasn't just scared, I was angry. What were they making Amaka do? And why was she so afraid? The next morning, I didn't see her in class. She was gone. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some said she transferred. Others whispered that she got caught breaking a school rule and was expelled. But I knew the truth. She didn't leave on her own.